Well, we are loading up the car and we're doing a quick weekend road trip here. We're heading to Kalispell, Montana. So let's get out on the road and we'll talk to you on the other side of the border. Okay, so I lied. We took a quick stop here in the Crow's Nest Pass at the Leech Collieries Historical Site. You can see Turtle Mountain there, peeking up over this little hillside in front of us. You can't really see the Frank Slide, but it's there. Frank Slide, if I remember correctly, dates to, I'm going to say 1903, perhaps 1904, but I'm going to say 1903. And basically a large portion of Turtle Mountain broke free, came down and buried a large chunk of the town of Frank. They have a great interpretive center there if you ever get the chance to visit. We've done it before, pre-YouTube days, and we don't have time to do it on this trip, but someday we will get there again and show it to you in a bit more detail. There's a better look at Turtle Mountain and Frank Slide and these mining ruins right next to the highway that I always want to take the time to drone, but have never bothered to. And now you can kind of get your first look at the rockfall itself. The interpretive center is that white building that's kind of sitting up on top of that little rise. Good look at the rockfall here. And you can see where it came down off the mountain. Impressive sight. Goes back to one of our constant themes on the channel. Mother Nature always wins. So, as we are apt to do while passing through towns, whenever we have the time anyway, we've taken the old alignment of Highway 3 that used to run right down the main street here of Blairmore, Alberta. Blairmore is a great little town, lots of old buildings dating back to the turn of the 20th century. The theater there. And of course the Cosmopolitan Hotel, aka the Cos. And on the other side of the street here, even this historic bandstand. And of course the hotel here on the left, not at all in your classic prairie style. It's a very unique, the Green Hill Hotel. Now, I know it's become trendy for Canadians to hate on Tim Hortons after it was sold to non-Canadian interests, and they, talk about how the quality of things has gone down, but it's still a road trip staple for us. Just getting ready to hit the border, so time to put you back in my pocket, and we'll see you on the other side, if all goes according to plan. Okay, well, we made it across the border without incident, despite Mabel growling at the border guard. But, yeah, so we are traveling, I don't even know which highway number this is now that let that truck go by. It was BC Highway 93, whatever we are here in the on the state side now, and was just getting ready to pull over and saw there was a geocache, and Well, basically I didn't stop in time and kind of shot past it. And then Emily said, holy crap, did you see that like 1930s era stone bridge in the woods? And I was like, no, I didn't. So let's go take a look. We got to go check this out. So as Emily just pointed out, it's actually, you know, concrete, not stone, but still just crossing over this little creek here. Obviously, this must have been an old alignment of the highway, but very cool old bridge. I don't know if we'll be lucky enough to see a date in the concrete anywhere, but we'll see as we look for the cache. Maybe the cache page will even tell us something. So no, the cache page didn't have any history on the bridge. It just said it's a peaceful little stop where the cache hider likes to pull over with their dog because there's water and a chance to sniff things, and it's a neat piece of history here. Let's see if we can actually find the cache. Ow, it's very prickly here. I don't see anything. No date visible either. Oh my, as Emily pointed out, that would be the south corner. I need to check out the north corner. I was just going by the coordinates more than the hint. Oh, this would be it right here. Not nearly as I expected it to be. So the outside of the cache container is in pretty good shape. Inside there's a AA battery and a fair amount of water, so that battery's probably not faring too well. We don't really have a ton of time to stop, or I'd let it air out a bit, but we'll get signed in and then get back on the highway. So letting Waze do some navigation, and it's taking us down a bit of a back road here, I guess, to avoid the traffic in Whitefish itself. And what beautiful countryside down here. We've seen some gorgeous yards and deer and horses and turkeys, and this is sometimes when you get off the beaten path, you discover some pretty nice places that you'd otherwise miss if you just stayed on the highway. Well, it's certainly a unique route.
In 1.1 kilometers, turn right on US 93.
So we are driving to Montana with, there's DroneOCan and our little Mabel in the back. You know, we always like a good road trip, and Montana is a great destination. However, we have a particular reason now going to Montana for the weekend. So Mabel had a lump on her leg, which we had our vet look at in Cochrane, and it turns out it's called a mast cell tumor, which is actually a cancerous growth. So not great news. However, when we were talking to our vet in Cochrane, said, hey, I was at a conference and I learned about this really interesting new treatment. It's an injection, and the injection only goes after those specific mast cells and basically kills the tumor that way. The traditional route would be to surgically remove it. However, it's right on her back leg where it bends, so not a super easy place to remove surgically, just because of the you have to keep the dog really still, and any movement can rupture that again, and it's just really hard to heal. So our vet in Cochrane has been really awesome, and she says, you know what, I think you should seek out a clinic down in the States that offers this. So that same day I got to work, I found a place called Ponderosa Vet Clinic here in Kalispell, and they've been awesome too. They were like, yeah, definitely, bring her down. They couldn't unfortunately do it all in one visit. They needed a consultation to check it out and make sure she would be a good candidate for it. Turns out she is. They did some blood work, they did an x-ray just to make sure the cancer hadn't spread, which it hasn't, thank goodness. So in 2 weeks, we will be coming back for the actual injection. So after that, there's a few stages of healing. First, apparently, the site swells as the drug does its thing, and then eventually the tumor kind of falls off almost, and then there will be a wound afterwards for about 6 weeks it's not as bad as it would have been surgically, but we will have to take care of that. So hopefully the prognosis is good and Mabel makes a full recovery. So that's why we're coming to Montana.
So yeah, that's what we're doing down in Kalispell right now, and we're lucky that the news is good and that it should be treatable, and we'll see what happens, and we'll keep you informed as we go forward. So you can stay tuned to the channel to watch that play out, and in the meantime, of course, we'll keep doing all of our normal type exploration and adventures. So stay tuned and let's see how the rest of the trip goes. So there we go, that's going to wrap the first night in Kalispell. We had dinner at Famous Dave's, which for our American viewers, you will be familiar with it as a chain barbecue restaurant. I don't know if we have any of them in Canada, but anyway, yeah, I had the burnt end sandwich. It was really good. We're just going to head back to the hotel and settle in, watch a little TV, and do some more exploring tomorrow. All right. So it's our first morning here in Kalispell, and we're starting our day off at Sislo's Family Restaurant for breakfast. Looks great. Oh, that was really good. Great food. Good, local atmosphere. Yeah, definitely we'll be back on our future visit. So after breakfast, we're just out driving around, and right now we're checking out the site of the former town of Holt, Montana. So, sign here about the historic town of Holt. One of the first settlements in the valley. Had a store, saloon, post office, blacksmith shop. Used to be a ferry here. Over 15 good-sized boats on the lake, and the steamboat Helena was one of the last. 110 feet long. The hull is just below the bridge. The rudder, propeller, and capstan are here. And indeed, you can see them all laying around here. This almost looks like it was the wheelhouse with the ship's wheel still inside. Pretty cool. And if I come over here, it's not too muddy. I think I can walk down here a little bit without slipping. You can see the remains of the old bridge that used to go across here. Great little spot here. So on the map, this is marked as Old US 93. And the DroneOCan rules of road trips say, if anything is marked as old blank whatever, you need to follow it. So got off of US 93 northbound and taken Old US 93 coming into the settlement of Dayton. So we were just driving up the highway and Emily saw a posting on Google Maps for a Alpine Coaster, and so we had to stop and check it out. So we're getting ready to go see what all the fun is. Okay, so tell the truth. How many times did you use your brake?
Oh, quite a few.
Okay.
Yeah. Did you just go like
I was
full
brake
throttle?
free the whole way, yes. Because, you know.
I did a hard brake. I just kind of rode the brakes.
So second time with no brakes this time?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think I looked like this the whole time. I was just like, yeah.
Thank you. As always, exit through the gift shop.
Yeah, I was asking the lady, she said they just opened in June.
Yeah.
Very new.
Okay, so that was a lot of fun. You have to keep both hands on the controls, and there's no cameras allowed on the ride itself, so I couldn't show you the fun, but wow.
It's really fun. It's like a roller coaster at an amusement ride, but at an amusement park, but you're in your own little car and you can control how fast you go. So we got 3 rides, 2 for the price of, no, 1 free when you buy 2. And the first time I was a little bit cautious, just kind of rode the brake a little bit, but the last 2 times I just went for it, and now my face is really cold.
And unlike the one in Wisconsin, this is actually attached to a track. It's not in a trough, so I didn't fly off this time.
There was no Alpine slide incident. Like 10 years later, we still refer to the Alpine slide incident.
I think I still have a bit of a scar on that leg. It was not fun. But we survived this time, and it was a lot of fun. So if you're ever south of Kalispell, you got to do it. It's, like I said, $18 US gets you, $36 US gets you 2 rides and then a third one free. So great time.
A little pricey, but you got to consider they just opened in June, and I think these things come from Germany. So they're designed and sent over, and a lot of insurance, a lot of employees, a lot of overhead. Totally worth it. Happy to support the venture.
Hey, and it's raining. We're going to get back in the car and get back on the road. So we've made our way northeast of Kalispell now, and we're heading on a road to the Hungry Horse Dam power plant. I don't know what's down here. All I did was punch in Hungry Horse Dam into the GPS, and we're just following this road through the trees to see where it takes us and what we see. Well, we're seeing some high voltage transmission lines, so we must be getting close to the power plant. Well, we're here at the bottom anyway. This is as far as we're gonna make it. There's a security gate here, but there's the Hungry Horse Dam. It's like miniature Hoover Dam.
Pretty cool.
And now, having seen the dam from the bottom, at least as much as we could from the security gate, we've come back up to the town of Hungry Horse, flipped around, and are now on Hungry Horse Dam Road, which is the one that I think will actually take us up and over the dam. The fall colors through here are so nice. Even if you don't get a lot of the reds that you get down on the eastern part of the continent, still quite beautiful. I'm going to pull in here and get a viewpoint. There we go, pulled off here on the side of the road to give you a really good look at the dam from this observation point. And it's nice, it's sheltered, so we're not getting out in the rain. Lots of water coming down off the end there. And lots of water coming through the dam. There's the power plant where we got as far as the security gate. It really does feel like a miniature Hoover Dam. Oh, quite the view from here. Yeah, I like that screen. Construction starts in July of 48. By July of 53, it's a full reservoir. Oh, Paris, Texas, Atlanta. Oh, that's awesome. Anthropomorphic light bulbs and water droplets.
Got an osprey on it.
Oh, very nice.
Actually, I didn't realize you could change the thing
Uh-huh.
on a horse. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Now I know what I'm doing. I should know that.
You're out of practice. It's been a while.
Aficionado. There we go.
You got the horse.
Yeah.
Ah, yes. There's date stamp in the concrete. To look down the valley. And down the dam. I should have brought the other microphone out. It's actually windier here than we've encountered all weekend.
Kind of snowing, actually.
So sometimes timing is lucky. The visitor center is only open until the end of September, so we literally caught them on their last day of the year, which is great. For us, anyway. I'm sure they're also looking forward to the end of the season.
Yeah.
Okay. Because, yeah, we can't come this far and not drive across it.
I'm actually surprised you're still allowed to.
Yeah. And the good news is there's a geocache on the far side. Does have like the Art Deco lettering,
Deco flair.
like the Hoover Dam.
Not all the statues and whatnot, but
Yeah, but the lettering
there.
is Art Deco in nature.
Back when they made things beautiful just because they could.
Some brave souls walking across here in the rain.
Sweet. It's a big crane deck. That's how they service the power plant.
Alright, well, 30 meters to the cache. Battery on the GPS is almost dead, so this will probably be the last cache of the day. great views of the reservoir from here. I'll show you that in a second. There we go. That wasn't so bad. Quick and easy find. Just at the base of the signpost there. So that was fun. Let's get a look at the reservoir and the dam from this side now. Here we go. Nice big overview map. Kind of showing the area. Pity it's raining so much, but at least it's not snowing, although it doesn't feel like it would take much for this stuff to turn white.
A few flakes. I don't see that.
And these are great telescopes too. You don't have to pay to use them. They just work.
Pretty cool.
Beers.
I'm gonna go order our pizza.
Okay. Sounds good.
So this is local. It's from a brewery called Bias. It's the so like Cologne style.
So my understanding is one of the things this place is famous for is people carving their name into the booths. And I don't know if you can see it. It's pretty dark, but here's a good example of the walls. You would figure for a place known for pizza, I would think to show the pizza before I started tearing into it, but that's not the case. But first few bites have been really good. Oh, still raining.
Ooh, really raining.
Oh yeah, raining even more now. Whew, all right. Pouring rain as we head outside and head back to the hotel to pack things in. Really good pizza. Thin crust, but not dry. Really enjoyed that. Great place. All right, well, that's probably going to wrap it up for tonight. On the road tomorrow morning. All right, so we are back in Canada, over here in Fernie, BC. Just stopped at the visitor center here for a final break along the road. That's going to do it for this video, and thank you very much for coming along. Hope you enjoyed our quick weekend getaway to Kalispell, Montana. Stay tuned when we go back there again in 2 weeks, and hopefully the weather is as good that weekend as it was this weekend. So thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.